Well, we want an Africa that is in a peaceful environment, in peace with itself, and very prosperous, and able to benefit from its mineral resources, because the continent has been exploited for quite some time now, and we're even called the dark continent when we have so beautiful mineral resources that can benefit and develop this country. A borderless Africa with one army, one currency based on our mineral resources, and one legislature like Pan-African Parliament that is given legislative powers, and one president of the United States of Africa.
So, still talking about this borderless Africa, which you've been talking about it for quite some time, and most people they're saying when you're saying borderless Africa, meaning that criminals must run amok. Can you explain that for people to understand what do you mean about borderless Africa?
Let's go back before the colonizers decided to cut our continent into pieces. We were never a continent, as it were. We're one thing, we're one community that easily traveled from north to south, east to west, without any hassle, until they decided to sit down and decide to slice it. And its borders are artificial, they are not real. It's a propaganda that is being pushed to perpetuate the colonial mentality. Because if you take Southern Africa, for instance, it's what these people are saying is just a talk, because in reality, those people relate to each other very well, and they visit each other without any paper or anything, and they marry into each other. They even have children cross-border. And therefore, only a naive person who has no appreciation of the continent and its history will talk about borders. How do you say we want a decolonized education and decolonized economy, decolonized everything, but we want borders? Because borders are colonial. They were imposed on us by a colonialism that survived through a divide and rule, that kind of mentality, and they are now perpetuating it by fueling this mentality of borders, because they know that a united Africa it's a serious threat to colonial and imperialism. We will be one of the most powerful nations in the world if we're to unite, and no one can take advantage of us. I mean, if you look at what's happening in DRC and Rwanda, it's so unnecessary. It is because of that mentality that there's someone who think this one's belong this side, this one's belongs that side. No, we will be united as a country, as a continent, but we'll still have states where people will be able to manage their affairs as a particular state, and so on and so forth. But when it comes to geopolitics, we speak as one, and we don't have some small countries being managed by some big brother to create a division amongst African nations.
Some might say that, okay, Mr. Malema, you're saying that very well, but in the same breath, your brothers and sisters are chasing other Africans out of your country.
It's a colonial mentality. It's not only happening in South Africa, it's all over the continent, and even in the diaspora for that matter, where you find Africans meeting outside the borders of the continent, still unable to unite on the basis of where they come from, on the basis of the language they speak, and so on and so forth. So it's not like when we say borderless Africa, we think that there will be people from all over Africa agreeing. There are some who are not agreeable to the idea, and it's an idea that it is worth canvassing, especially with the high levels of unemployment we have in South Africa. with the economy that is declining, with an economy that is racialized. There are so many opportunities in the continent where our people can benefit from those. You just have to do a quick research to check where they've got a problem of nurses. You go there. If you are a nurse, you are unemployed. If you are a teacher, unemployed. A doctor, unemployed. But because there's this mentality that is created to create an impression that we're superior, and we look at other people with that mentality of them being inferior and not seeing ourselves actually going to exploit those economic opportunities. I mean, in Zimbabwe, they're trading with dollar. Imagine if you were to get a business opportunity there, legit, how much money you can make and even create those opportunities for our own brothers and sisters who are unemployed here in South Africa. I mean, look at Dangote, look at Robert Gumede. They are able to make it because their mentality is not localized. They are international. They do business everywhere, and they don't even have any hassle when it comes to making business. So we have seen now Dangote is going to go outside Nigeria to go and do other businesses in other countries in the continent where he saw potential. So that should be our mentality. We should, and no one says people must just randomly go all over. When we say people must be documented, we mean when you enter, you have to enter your entry and then your destination, so that if anything wrong happens, we're able to know who's here and on which grounds. That way, we're able to say we can manage our continent